So you're a grown-ass man, right?
Yep.
Do you ever have weird tendencies? Let's say, for example, do you ever get bashful when you're out in public anymore?
Like sometimes, I guess.
So,
Like if it's one of those things like where you rip your pants.
okay, yeah, that I guess. So, my example, I was at the grocery store the other day, and we needed fajita spice or something. So I was like, I was lazy. I'll go for a run. I'll take the long route to the grocery store, and I'll go get some fajitas. So I'm standing there with my one little item. There's this girl in front of me, and like I don't know what it is. This for some reason, I think when I was a kid, like really pretty girls would always make me uncomfortable. So I'm like, oh, I don't know how to handle all this beauty. And this girl that's standing in line in front of me, I was like, oh my goodness, like I feel like I'm like out, like I'm sitting in my shorts and I'm kind of sweaty because I was just running, and like all I have is fajita mix, and oh my goodness, like and then I kind of took a step back and I'm like, there's a girl, she's wearing like hair in a ponytail, no makeup, sweatshirt, sweatpants, and I'm sitting there looking and I'm like, this girl just made me uncomfortable right now, and I was like, that is so weird,
Yeah.
like where I live, there are a lot of girls that don't have a lot of modesty.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like lots of times I will see girls running around and they're like booty shorts, sports bra, hair all done up, makeup on, and I could not care less. Like I don't give those girls a second look. I'm like, yeah, it's great, like I'm glad you look pretty now, and after a couple of years of doing drugs and alcohol, it'll ravage your obvious beauty.
Yeah, shit doesn't last forever. Love.
Yeah, something about just this girl, just this plain. I mean, she was like, don't get me wrong, she was pretty, but I was sitting there and I was like, huh, something about that just like took me, like I had to take a step back almost and realize what was going on, and I was like, huh. And I wonder if it was because as a kid, like when I grew up, leggings weren't a thing, right? Like girls would wear jeans, or more than likely I'd play sports, and like the girls I'd like in school and stuff would wear the the hoodies and the sweatpants, and I wonder if it took me back to that like pubescent Mick, full of hormones. I'm like, man, that girl's pretty. And what was she probably wearing? She probably had no makeup on. We're on like an overnight for basketball. She's got her hair in a ponytail. She's kind of sweaty because she didn't shower between games. And I was like, huh, I wonder if I just if I find that more attractive than what people view as beauty today.
Could be, man. You could be one of those strange few. I know I'm kind of like-minded. I know it's just like seeing somebody all done up and all fake is really gross.
Yeah, right?
That's how I see it now. It's like, wow, you must be so disgusting.
Yeah.
But for somebody to just be like, I'm just going to throw on some regular old clothes like a normal person, you're like, there's just something attractive about being a normal person that just has your shit together. It's like,
it's funny. And I'm sure some people are the other way. I'm sure there's lots of guys or girls out there, and they're like, if my guy is not wearing his Ed Hardy t-shirt and put gel in his hair, I don't even want to look at him. Like, what a slob. Gross. So,
yeah.
like, we did grow up in little buttfuck nowhere, so maybe that's just how we were raised,
I guess so, but I mean, we also had access to TV and shit. We weren't fucking sheltered.
Yeah, but go back.
I like to think that a lot of those people that go that way are really, really shallow and really vain, or they're trying to make up for something. Because a lot of some of those people, they're just like, you talk to them and you're like, wow, you are really dumb, but you're really pretty. So that is the only way. That is your coping mechanism. Is you have to prep yourself up in the morning to make yourself look good, so you can function in a day because you're kind of retarded.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look back at like early 90s, like who was the hottest girl on TV when I was a kid? It was probably like Sabrina the Teenage Witch or Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I was like, man, those girls are so hot. Go back and watch that now and you're like, those are very plain looking girls compared to today's standards. And like, we're watching that Scream TV show that's on Netflix.
Yep.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer is his beauty. She's powerful. The plain looking girl in that show is infinitely more done up and potentially you could say like trying to be more attractive than Buffy ever was, like in her like most beautiful moments of that show. It's just weird how, and I think it's just the culture. Like nowadays, it's okay to go running in a sports bra and booty shorts, whereas if you tried that in like 95, people would be like throwing you in prison for indecent exposure. So
Fair enough. I guess times change, man.
Oh, they sure do. Yeah. So that's kind of that's a look at my life. Is I like to eat fajitas, run, and I have uncomfortable girls wearing sweatpants. So that's it. Do you want to talk about any TV shows?
Honestly, I haven't even really been going through too many.
Okay.
Me and the girlfriend have been rewatching Futurama, and we just watched. I think it was Beast of a Billion Backs. We started with Bender's Big Score.
I like that movie.
And so good. Bender's Big Score is a freaking amazing movie, and it's just like really, really tears you up sometimes. You're like, fuck, this movie just knows how to tug on the heartstrings. Like, Futurama in general knows how to like fucking write or really pull on your emotions when like. Yeah, some comedies like Family Guy and even The Simpsons to an extent, and even South Park that is, we'll get into eventually.
Yep.
Is just, I don't know, they seem to not really have a good grasp of how to convey emotions. Futurama really always knew how to like tug here, tug there, play a little of this to set the mood and just kind of drown it out over this or... Doesn't matter what they did. It just was like flawless, and they would always kind of sometimes leave you a little bit speechless. And you're like, fuck, I love this show. It's so good.
Remember back in the day when we used to talk just a little bit and then get right into the show? And now we just talk and don't really do
Ramble.
much. And then we get into the show and we just talk some more. I wish we had viewers that would tell us they like one or the other, Most people I've ever talked to, they're like, man, I love all the information you give on your show. So they probably hate this mindless banter.
Oh, probably.
We almost were done. Everyone was probably listening like, they've wrapped up. They have their thoughts. Oh, shit, now they're talking about goddamn TV shows. God damn it.
Son of a bitch.
I watched Insidious Chapter 2 yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize I should have watched Chapter 1. So I'm sitting there, and it literally starts where the first movie left off. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest with you. I had it on while I was actually playing the game we're talking about today. So there's my segue. And then I threw a basketball game on, just this kind of background noise. Yeah, I don't know. Insidious 2. I kind of want to watch the third one, because I'm kind of intrigued, but... I don't know, scary movies were last month, I guess. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's November. Maybe I feel like I want to remember something.
Yeah, it's almost like we need to go back to the past and finish something that we didn't fully finish.
Oh yeah, I guess this is the second part of an episode. You know what? Without further ado, people, the mindless banter is over. We will stop talking, and we will start with the game. Na 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 na! Welcome to the Podtendo podcast, where we analyze, reminisce, and replay the glory of old Nintendo games. We can be contacted on Twitter at Podtendo Podcast, email us at podtendo@gmail.com, or check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Podtendo. It's still not been updated since probably early October, maybe September, so yay Facebook. I am your co-host, Mick, and I will be joined every episode by my co-host,
Tyson.
Welcome back, sir.
Yes, feels good to have it finally wrapped a game that I've been meaning to wrap since I first was introduced to it a long, long time ago.
Closure. Very closure. Oh, actually, yeah, we'll kind of get through this quickly. Let's just talk about the game. And then I have a thought for us going forward as well. I kind of like these two-parters, but I don't know about how you felt about this game. I felt like it was kind of long and did start to drag a little bit.
Yeah.
It'd be neat if we had just like a free like running game, like we picked, let's say, like a Chrono Trigger next or something like that, and we played maybe, I don't know, played for a little bit, stopped and talked about it, and then like played for a little bit, and then like came back and talked about it, and then played for a bit and came back, and like it took us, maybe 4 episodes, but we were never rushed, but we always had that extra filler. So food for thought.
Definitely, especially when it comes to RPGs. We're gonna need that extra time.
Man, we're just all over the place today. Again, let's stop thinking about the future and let's go back to the past. Let's recapture and let's replay Super Mario RPG: The Legend of the Seven Stars, Part 2. The release date was March 9th, 1996. How Long to Beat has this title at 16 and a half hours. Boom. Bada boom. Good. Anything new to add when it comes to the controls?
I'm getting a little bit better with super jumps.
Oh, nice. Do you know what your record was? Did you ever bother kind of looking up how many you could do in a row?
Oh, no. It was probably like maybe 24 at once.
Ugh, that's so many. Yeah, I think if you get 30, you get special items. It's like 30, 50, 100, I think, is the way the markup goes. So.
Yeah, and if you get to 100, it's like you get a crazy good item.
Yeah. Yeah, we could talk definitely about the better items and how to find some of the better items in this game as we go on. Yeah, I kind of like this. Just like Final Fantasy Part 2, again, one of our least popular shows. That and Link to the Past, like no listens. Everything else, we're up around like almost 20 plus listens. Some of the newer episodes, like people are listening all the time. And I always look at the charts and like 8 listens for Final Fantasy Part 2 and 9 for A Link to the Past. And I'm like, I would have thought those games would have like drawn some more ire.
Yeah, especially Link to the Past.
That's so weird. I don't know what's going on with that one. So bizarre. Weird. Obviously,
maybe because people are so like over it, and they were like, especially like our Kirby one. I bet you our Kirby one was pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of games. I was looking at that. I was kind of looking at like we haven't even touched on the Donkey Kong series. There's lots of fun with Donkey Kong. We can wrap Kirby.
Yep.
It's gonna be a good time. Oh,
Super
shoot!
It's gonna be a good time.
God damn it! Welcome to the month of Mario. See, we're all over the place. This is a continuation of our Mario month. November on Podtendo will be... I'll talk about this more probably on the next podcast. Ugh, it's just all over the place. Stupid. Stupid. I should have made notes. Mario month. We play Mario games. Yes, we started playing this. We're finishing it now. Stop. Get off me. Get stupid people and their commands. So anyways, as I was saying, Final Fantasy Part 2, this was our second part. They work a little differently. We kind of talk about the game really quickly, which we're obviously doing, and then we delve into the game. So, with controls, yeah, I got really nothing. This second half is definitely more frustrating than the first half, for sure, especially there's a lot more platforming, jumping. I'll talk about it when it comes. I don't really have any new cool strategies that I developed this go-round. And yeah, I mean, like I said, the beanstalk, the puzzles, and the nut platforms are just the worst thing ever. But
oh, for fuck's sakes, yeah, a couple of those like jumping puzzles are just like makes you want to bash your head against a wall. I can see where the 16 hours comes from.
Absolutely. In terms of team building, I chose Mallow and Bowser and kind of rolled with those guys. I was hoping it would make the game a bit more difficult. Who did you have?
I kind of rolled with a combination of Peach, Bowser, and Geno, and just kind of said screw Mallow, because after a certain point, I guess he just becomes completely useless, which is sad, but whatever. Which
is weird, because he's definitely, I would say, the second main character in this game.
Yeah.
And it was, having him in my party, a lot more stuff made sense, because the first time through, I threw him to the side, and I was like, get out of here, Mallow. Little marshmallow motherfucker. So
Cloud.
But yeah, I'll talk about it. I think the game was a little bit more difficult, but I mean, I beat it, so it wasn't that bad. Into the level notes. Why did I write the team recap again? That's stupid. Adventure recap. So what got us to this point? We saved the princess, lost the princess, found a frog, a doll, a Bowser, a Peach, saved 4 stars, and stopped a rape. How does that summarize the first half of this game?
I guess we totally did that with Booster, eh?
Yep. Oh, don't worry. Booster gets his. Booster will get his. So from basically the point where we stopped Booster, we had our full party. From here we go to Seaside Town. I made a point here of talking to all the NPCs because they were kind of funny. They're all these little toad guys, but they're all shaking, and they said these funny little things. I think it was a couple of weeks between plays. I had no idea what was going on and couldn't get the game to progress. So eventually you have to talk to the elder, and then he tells you, oh, you can go on the road to the sea. And I'm like, oh, video game logic. Like, obviously I couldn't go outside this town and be like, oh, where do I go? Down the only road you've ever known? I don't know. That's
keep moving forward.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. Someone has to tell me to do that. From this point, we go under the sea. Our leveling technique here, it was okay, but it really didn't get you very far. It's kind of hard to die in this game. I think it actually might just be quicker to grind normally. So again, the star leveling technique is you get a power star, you clear out a bunch of enemies in an area, collect a bunch of experience, kill yourself, you go back to the last save point, and then you can just continue the process. Really not worth it.
Yeah, it's kind of a hassle to kind of pull off, or at least get yourself into a situation where you have to die again. It's like, fuck's sakes.
Yeah, maybe early in the game when it's just Mario and Mallow wouldn't be too bad, but once, like, with Bowser on my team, Bowser's just a tank. He sits there and you just, like, hit after hit after hit after hit, and I was like, ugh, so annoying. From here, I got onto the sunken pirate ship without any major issues. I found the enemies in this area a little bit annoying. There's, like, the 2 dry bones, 2 ghosts, and the 1 big ghost host combo was super frustrating. Then I realized that I could just use magic, like a multi-magic spell, to just kill the dry bones rather than individually attacking them with Mario, so I kind of felt dumb after that. Did you do the puzzle rooms?
I did.
Okay. So, room number, there's, 5 puzzle rooms, and each puzzle room gives you an item and then kind of a clue.
Oh, I just started getting a clue.
Really?
Yeah, I'm totally getting a clue.
Oh, that's giving me a clue. Yeah, I've got a raging clue right now.
Mine's pointing to the left.
Oh, Frank, seriously? I have such a raging clue right now? I think we better follow it.
Okay, let's follow your raging clue.
To what this password is supposed to be. The first one was the 3D maze. You figured that one out?
Yes.
The second one was the cannonball room, where you have to hit the different blocks. There's like 3 blocks and you hit them. A cannonball then shoots out, and on top of each of the blocks there's a little trampoline, and it kind of like bounces in a pattern to the end. I did that accidentally just on random the very first time I played this. Like, I just hit them all on random and it worked.
Nice.
Yeah. Third one, follow the coin. Pretty straightforward.
Yep.
The fourth one was the turtle club. So there's a little turtle flying around the room, and you have to get him to the north side of the room, then to come straight south so that he knocks the block, or like the cannonball, off the ledge. Super easy. And the fifth one was the cannonball jump. So you have to kind of time your jumps with these cannons so that this little note gets passed along the blocks. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Did you write down the passwords?
No,
or the clues or whatever?
No, I just knew what the password was, and I just wanted the items.
Yeah, that's what I did too. Actually, I had to look online to find out that the password is pearls.
Yeah.
Couldn't figure that one out. Then it's boss time. We fight a squid. He wasn't too hard. I really didn't have much to say here. I didn't find... Now, this is a funny note. I don't usually find bosses too difficult in these games. Future Mick. Run. The bosses get so goddamn hard towards the end of this game. I wish I could be as naive as Mick was when he wrote this.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
So we keep on going. The second half of the ship doesn't have anything too special in it. There is a room with a bunch of frog coins, so I did grab them. Oh, and I found a guy who you could cash the frog coins in with at Seaside Town. Man, there's some really good accessories. Did you get any of those?
I did not. Well, the XP booster, but that's about it.
Okay, yeah, that's the one I bought too. So that was 20 frog coins. So as soon as I got that, I got the XP booster, which doubles the XP. Not like just 1 or 2. It doubles it.
Yeah.
Makes leveling so much easier.
Absolutely. Did you also buy the fire and ice bombs?
No, I didn't.
You should have. They're very handy.
I want them. By the time you get to the end of this level, we fight a pirate shark. Jones the pirate, or the shark pirate. Sorry, not a pirate shark. A shark pirate means he's a shark who's a pirate, whereas a pirate shark would infer that he was a pirate who decided to become a shark. Is that how that works?
I think that's how that works.
I don't know. Ghost.
That's a great bit from fucking
Corn.
South Park.
Corn and Ghost Pirates. I love that.
Spooky Ghost episode.
Once you defeat his lackeys, you battle with him one-on-one. Just watch your health and you should be okay.
Yeah.
He gives us the 5th star and we head back to town. The elder toad wants the star. I said no, and then he just stopped talking, so I redid the dialogue. He says, I want the star. You say yes. Guess what? He turns out to be working with the Smithy gang. That's why all the little toads were all acting weird. Buggers.
Son of a bitch.
Ugh. So we chase them, and then we have to fight Yardovich. This guy was actually getting kind of tough. Bowser's excellent defense kept him kind of healthy, and I didn't really have an issue here. But I definitely would say he's a lot harder than the Squid or even, what's his name? Jones, the shark pirate.
This guy's not too bad, I would say, of the 3.
Yeah, okay. From there, we can talk to the elder who tells us about the Land's End. So just like trying to get to the sea, we had no idea how to go down the other fork of the road until the elder told us. Stupid Mario. We head there. There are some jumping puzzles. Nothing too bad. Until you got to the quicksand part. Do you understand how the quicksand part works?
Not really.
Okay. So there was a quicksand hole that you would get sucked in and it would spit you out another hole. So there might have been 9 holes. So eventually, obviously, one didn't link up. So you fell down the 9th hole, which took you into a room with 2 little spinny puzzles. If you went into the other spinny puzzle, so not the one you came out of, the other one, it would send you back to the first part, and if you went into the one that you came out of, it would send you back to the first part.
Oh.
And sometimes you would go in one and it would take you to a third. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it made no sense to
me. On the other side you find a giant cliff and a mouse. If you follow him, he'll lead you to the underground Belom's temple. From here you can find a power star, and there's a power star, so you can run around, kill a bunch of enemies. There's also another little hidden one of those Merlin dudes who will sell you another power star, so you can get a couple levels here if you play it just right. Inside the level, there was some magic dudes who will tell you your fortune. I found about 100 coins, a frog coin, and the boss, Belome. This is the second time we fought him, correct?
Yes. Right. He's that cat-looking guy.
Yeah. Anything in note to say with this boss fight?
No, but right after here we run into the fox looking guy, and he's the one that will give you if you're better than me and Mick at super jumps, you'll get prizes, and that's where he'll give it to you then.
Okay, yeah, so you beat Belome, you head into Monstro Town.
Yeah.
First thing I would recommend doing is go talk to the Thwomp a bunch. There's a key up on a ledge, and the Thwomp will shake the ground. If you talk to him, 20 times, the key will fall down. Take it back into Belome's temple. So there's a little trampoline, you head right back in, and you go to the item room. You get a bunch of flower tap, or a bunch of flower ups, a bunch of frog coins, a couple other items. Awesome room. Would recommend checking that out. Monster Town has a couple little side questy things. Did you do them all?
Not really. I was kind of just trying to rush through this one.
Okay. So there's a bed that you can sleep in. 3 little ghosts show up and they say, we're going to hide 3 flags. One's under a green bed. One's behind a wooden flower. And the other is between an O and an A. So off to find the flags. Do you know where those ones are?
No.
So green bed, it's your bed from the very beginning. The wooden flower is in Rose Town, and the O and the A are the goal on Yoshi's Island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you get that, you get the ghost medal. So this improves your defense when attacking. So when you do a action command correctly on a physical attack, your defense is boosted a little bit on that turn.
Nice.
So it's okay. If you talk to the innkeeper, he's like, oh yeah, we got a star. You want to go see it? You go upstairs and there's this little dancing star enemy guy. Tricky. And you go downstairs and like, oh, that's not what you meant. He calls in the Koopa Troopas, and they will go to that giant cliff I had mentioned, kind of after the quicksand area. You go there, there's a bunch of that now. Instead of just a blank wall, there's a bunch of little Koopa Troopers flying around. You can jump on them and you can get up to the top of the area. Make sense?
Yep.
This is Bean Valley. Here lives my least favorite enemy, the bees!
Oh, no, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah! Oh, my eyes! My eyes! Ah! Ah!
Oh, you know what clip I'm putting in there, don't you?
Yes.
Oh, man, that's great. Oh, we're going to talk about that. Funny. This part is pretty straightforward. You go into a pipe, takes you to the next little chunk. I did find, I think, one of those little like flower ups or whatever in this area. So always keep your head open for those. At the very end, you let the Shy Guy water. There's these pipes with these like weird roots. A little Shy Guy with a watering can. If you let him water it, it kind of grows up. There's the very first one. There's a chain chomp in one of the pipes, and there's like a row of about 6 of them. If you go down there, you can find a hidden exit to the Great Guy Casino. Did you play the Great Guy Casino game?
I did not.
Oh yeah, I definitely you're gonna kick yourself for this one. So, sorry I butchered how to get to Great Guy's Casino. Look it up. Go to Great Guy's Casino. You could talk to Great Guy, and you could play a game called Guess Which Way I'm Looking. Make sense?
Yep.
So you pick left or right. If you do it 100 times correctly, like every 10 or so, 15, you get an item, which are pretty good. Like you get some of those Chericaracolas or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And the final, on the 100th try, this took me 30 minutes, by the way,
Holy fuck.
is the star egg. So basically my strategy was I just pressed left and hit A bunch of times until I had got it right 100 times. So it took a while. I think for some reason, like probability says it should be 50-50. I think he was leaning more right on this playthrough. So had I played right, it would have been probably like 20-25 minutes.
That's still daunting.
The star egg. What is the star egg, you ask? It's fucking sweet. So the star egg is an item you use in battle that never runs out, and it does 100 damage to every single character on the screen. So your Peach, your Mallow that maybe aren't as strong as attacking, maybe you have a bunch of enemies that you don't want to spam your magic, you hit Star Egg, any character can use it at any turn, 100 damage to every character.
Nice.
Yeah, makes the rest of the game much more manageable.
Absolutely.
Then I headed back to Bean Valley, and that kind of where there's the circle of pipes. If you hit it to the next area, you fight the boss Similax. He's a piranha plant. Any thoughts with this guy?
It was really neat. Kind of reminded me of the like Hydra from whatchamacallit.
Hercules?
From Hercules. Yeah, from Hercules.
Okay. Yeah, at several points, my whole team... he transforms your team into mushrooms.
Yes.
And at one point, Bowser was dead. Mario and Mallow were both mushrooms. And I was like, oh man, I'm going to die. And then he just kept like trying to turn my team into mushrooms. And I just kept healing. So as a mushroom, you get 10 to 20 health every turn. So every turn, I just kept healing and getting more health and more health. And then finally, Mario came back. And then Mallow came back. And the battle just kind of continued. I thought I had almost lost probably about twice. But it kept going. Like, it was kind of weird. I don't know. His AI is a little off, so. Beat him, and we get the seed, and we can make and hit a block, and a magic beanstalk appears. Off to Nimbus Land.
Yes.
In my opinion, I don't know if you'll agree with me, this is probably the most frustrating part of the game.
Agree.
So you're platforming, there's these little kind of twirly beanstalks. You jump on them, you climb up. At the top, you then have to try and maneuver Mario to run and jump and get enough momentum to get to the next beanstalk. It's just, I hate it so much.
Oh, it's brutal. There'd be like, I think I must have spent like an hour just platforming this fucking part.
The easiest way to go will take you into Nimbus Lands. There's a bunch of little cloud guys walking around. There's a harder route, and if you take that, you do get a couple extra items. I think you get one of those like extra flower. It's not flower tabs. It's just like an extra flower. So if your FP was 45, you hit it, it would be 46.
Yeah.
And there's like a frog coin. So I did that, I think, after the fact. Regardless, we're in Nimbus Land. Let's never talk about those beanstalks again. God damn
Yes.
it. Once
It's the worst.
we get to the top, we see someone called Queen Valentina talking about the sick king and introduces everyone to the returning Prince Mallow. Mallow comes out and he's like, hey, that's weird. That guy has my name. This giant dodo bird walks out and everyone's like, huh, Mallow looks different. He used to look like us. Now he doesn't. And she says, it's because he's older. Everyone's like, oh, makes sense. This game, so funny. You hit the nail on the head in the last game. You definitely said, this game's sense of humor is so on par. Absolutely. I love it. It's great.
It's brilliant.
You also did, one of your trains of thought stopped in mid-sentence. You said we were talking about all the games with the SA1 chip. And you're like, all those games are great. They easily all sold over 500 copies.
Oh, fuck.
I was listening and I was like, I think he probably meant like 500,000.
Yeah, I meant gold.
Yeah. And I was like, I was laughing. I was like, that's great. Oh, yeah. I was like, that's too funny. Yes, at least 500. I mean, you're right. They all sold, I checked. They all sold over at least 500 copies. So.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
The analysis breakdown of this guy.
Yeah. Man, this is great. I bet you at least 4 people have played this game before.
Man, there must be like 28 dogs in this picture. Man, it's called 101 Dalmatians. You know the bit that I'm referring to?
I do. What the fuck is that?
That's just some guy from Just for Laughs. I forget who it was.
Oh, okay. Like the oblivious person at the movie theater?
Yeah.
Oh, man. At least 28 dogs in this film. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's like, I took my kids to this movie. Man, this other father that came to the party with me. What a fucking moron he was. He's sitting there at one point, he looks over and he's like, man, there must be at least like 28 dogs in this movie.
Brilliant. So good.
Were we in the clouds? Where were we? Oh yeah,
we were in Nimbus.
Oh yeah, that's right. We find out Prince Mallow is a dodo, and I think even our team's like, oh shit, that's us. So we talk to the guy who like makes the gold statues. He says, oh, you're actually the real Prince Mallow. She's a fake. Darn her. Let's sneak into the castle by painting you gold. Once inside the palace, did you avoid the pecking game?
I did.
And what item do you get?
I don't fuck remember. But I know the cocksucker didn't hit me.
Okay. It's the feather, and if, like, on Bowser, because he was a little bit slower, I gave him the speed shoes, which increase your speed by 10. The feather increases it by 20, so it just helps Bowser be a little bit faster. Otherwise, Bowser, like, doesn't attack. He's so slow, he almost just stands there, and he's like, whatever, you figure it out.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal for him.
Yeah. You make your way through the palace, pretty straightforward. You get you get a key, and you find an egg. Time for boss fight. Birdo! Anything tough about this guy?
No, but it was actually neat to see Birdo actually in this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have kind of some neat kind of nods to the Mario universe here.
Yep. You
continue until you reach a cutscene with Valentina. Grab the power star, kill some more enemies. If you're fast enough, did you kill Dodo in this area?
I don't think I did.
Okay, so I hit the star. There's a bunch of little enemies, and you see kind of Dodo running towards the end door. I hit him, and he like went flying off to the side. But like my star was just running out, so did you have to fight Dodo in this area?
No, I think he just runs out of the room.
Okay, so you just kind of chase him out the door. Okay, that's fair. Mm-hmm. From there, you kind of run out the door at the end of this hallway, and then you do one of those things where you look around and you look down and there's no platform, and you fall down.
Classic
cartoons. Double back up into the regular outside of the kind of main hub of Nimbus Land, and we have to fight Valentina. This is a pretty interesting fight. So what happens at the beginning?
Basically, whoever's in the middle just gets basically taken out by Dodo. Or not.
Yep,
Yeah, Dodo.
Dodo.
And then they're on a one-on-one fight.
Who'd you have?
I had Bowser.
Oh, lucky. I had Mallow.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah, I just basically spammed the star egg, which does take a little while. So 3 little stars come out, and like the middle one like thrusts his hips, and then a little bird flies across the screen, and then they take damage. So the one downside of the star egg is it takes the animation takes a while.
Yeah.
But once you do enough damage to him, considering assuming you don't die, you end up kind of on a 3-on-2 fight. Yeah. Any strategy with this? I just kind of all out attacked and stayed healed.
Yeah, and Geno boosted when I could.
Geno, I missed the Geno boost. I'm jealous.
Yeah, pretty nice.
Yeah, Geno is really this OP character.
Oh, he's sick.
Yeah,
he's so good.
So thus far we've done the Monster Land, we've done the Land's End, we've done this Nimbus place. Still don't have a star. Still don't have the star. So we go talk to the king, and he says, "Oh, I think the star fell into the volcano," because that's the thing we should do. So off to the volcano. Before I went into the volcano, I went and got the lazy shell and the lazy shell armor. Did you get these items?
Yes.
Right here, or did you get them a little later?
I got them a little later.
Okay, so it's kind of nice. You need the fertilizer. I forget where you get the fertilizer from. Do you remember?
No, I really fucking don't.
Okay, so the seed you get from the little, when you fight Similax, the little shy guy drops it. Oh, that's what it is. After you beat Valentina, you go and there's kind of like a hidden ledge on the side of Nimbus Land. You run out, there's a little shy guy, and he says, "Help! Don't kill me! I'll give you fertilizer." And then you can go to Rose Town. There's a gardener. He puts both into a plot, makes a beanstalk, climb up there, and you get the best armor and the best weapon in the game.
Yes.
So awesome. I then returned to the volcano. I fought as few of enemies as I could because I was just trying to power through here, and some of them weren't too bad because I did have the star egg. So I found a little mushroom who runs kind of like a shop, like an item, armor, weapon shop, as well as a hotel. Did you notice anything cool about this guy's room?
Isn't this where Samus is?
Nope, it's where the Star Fox ships are all lined up on the bookshelf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Where was Samus?
Maybe she's in Seaside Town.
Oh, that could be, because I didn't think I went back there. I found Link. I found the Star Fox. I didn't find Samus on this playthrough, but I know she's somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. So through the volcano, we're at the boss, the Tsar Dragon. It wasn't super hard. Oh, he actually hit very, very hard. He had that one attack where he had these little bombs circle him, and he threw them at you, and they were really, really, really annoying. Then he dies and becomes the zombie version of himself.
Yeah, that's kind of lame.
But you beat him, and we get the 6th star. So that's good. Glad that's over with, because that was...
yeah, absolutely.
I'm so glad no one steals it. So...
Yeah. It's just gonna sit right there. We can just grab it.
Just nothing. No one's gonna take it from us. It's so great. Until go Axum Rangers. Oh, I'm gonna put that song in there too.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
I mean,
we're
already ripping off Nintendo's music. We might as well continue.
Suck it, Bandai. Did we just get attacked by the Power Rangers?
Hell yeah, we did.
So there's this weird group of guys in costumes that are different colors, and they steal it, and they're like, "Hey, we stole this for Smithy, screw you." So chase them through the volcano, onto a giant ship, and then we get to fight bosses, the Axum Rangers. Each ranger had a special ability. Do you remember what those were?
No.
So pink healed, black attacked twice, red did vigor up and valor up, so it's kind of like defense and attack up. Yeah. Yellow hit hard, so he was kind of like the heavy, and green was the black mage. Did you kill them in a particular order?
Red guy first.
Okay.
And then I just worked my then I think I went red, pink, all the support classes first.
Okay. Yeah, so I think I did pink because I didn't want them to heal. Then I did black, then green. Probably should have done green second. Yellow, and then I actually left red for the end. So.
Yeah, that's probably a smart idea.
Because it doesn't do much. He increases his defense, increases his attacks, increases it, and it's like he hit a cap eventually on how much defense. Like he does. Like I did half damage. I still do half damage. So wasting your time, dude. Because this game just can't be easy. Red jumps onto this big gun and starts shooting us. And yeah, just all-out attack, and I really hope you don't run out of pick-me-ups. Unless, of course, you're stupid and you have Peach and she has that as a magic spell. Damn it! Because she has a spell, right, that wakes up your team?
I think so.
Man, that sucks. That'll be a recurring theme, the pick-me-ups, running out of pick-me-ups for myself. Then we finally get this. We get the 6th star. Hooray! I think I stopped playing at this point, and I was like, I'll just beat the rest of it tomorrow, because I only have one more day to play this game before we're recording. I'll just play the next 10 minutes tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, because I have 10 minutes left.
Oh, my God. We go talk to Mallow's dad. He tells us about this car, or this like cloud car that can take us to Bowser's Keep. And we go to Bowser's Keep. We're all back at the beginning. They figure the last star is held by Smithy himself. So, off to fight the giant sword. Once we're in there, there's lots of Bowser's enemies. If you had Bowser as a like your captain or on your team as your captain, as if he was just part of your team, lots of the enemies in this first part of the area actually run away, which is kind of nice. We meet up with Tyson's favorite character, the crocodile, again.
Yep.
He saves, sells us some items, and then there are 6 annoying-ass doors.
Yes.
Which doors did you go through?
I went through the first one.
So, quiz door?
Yes.
Okay. I went through the second quiz door as well.
Yes. So did I.
Okay, and I think I just got some items, like some max mushrooms or something from there. Then I made the mistake of picking one of the battle doors. So... you have to go through 12 rounds of fighting, but you did get Bowser's best weapon, so that's nice.
Yeah.
And then I did the second battle door, so I could get some more experience, and I could get Gino's best weapon.
Which is the nice thing about just kind of clearing through them, is you actually get like decent weapons.
And I kept forgetting about the stupid star egg. So there'd be all these enemies on the screen, and it would be like a pain to go collect them all. And I was like, the star egg, it takes the animation a little bit, but it kills them all in one hit. And at this point, Bowser's super fast, Mario's extremely fast. So by the time they did the star egg twice, everything was dead. It made that area start. But for the first door, kind of forgot about that one. So I didn't do the 4th or the 5th and 6th door are both, what are those called? Kind of like adventure, like action parts. We have to like jump around on the platforms. Those are apparently the toughest. So I didn't do those. But beat 4 doors, you end up going out of secret exit and you fight the red Magic Koopa. Pretty simple. What great item does he give you?
The Magic Koopa?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He gives you an infinite coin block.
Oh.
So you hit it and you get a coin and it never runs out. You're like, oh great. I've been maxed out on money for like since Seaside Town. So I don't know why you would need to, like, why this was a good idea. The crocodile is, I guess, in the next room, and he's selling the best armor in the game. So if you didn't have at least 300 coins, or I guess you only need 200, you could hit the coin block a lot. But I don't know, stupid.
Kind of pointless.
So stupid. I just.
Yeah, because you max out, don't you only get like 999 coins?
That's it.
Yeah.
So
stupid.
Yeah. After this room, there are some thwomps that kind of shake the screen. Did you get hit by any of them?
Not that I can recall.
Did you jump on top of them and ride them up to the ceiling to see if there was any stuff on the upper level? Because I didn't do that.
No, I didn't either. I thought, like, because sometimes when you jump on top of thwomps, you get damaged.
Okay.
From previous Mario games, so I just avoid that shit.
Okay, yeah, on this one, I know I made the mistake as I was kind of jumping and shaking. I jumped and, like, landed on top of one of them, and I was like, oh, cool, I wonder if, like, this will take me... I didn't really care that much. I was like, I just need to get through this game.
Yeah.
Again, it's only going to be 20 minutes. I watched Insidious 2 and a basketball game and played through, like, all this part I'm talking about. Since basically the volcano, so took a long time.
I bet.
Long time. Anyways, once we get past there, we fight this guy on a chandelier. Yep. Wasn't super hard. Just did my regular strategy, and that was it. he kind of falls off the chandelier, and the little shy guy says, "I will take you to the top floor." Okay. Get to the top. We're at the sword. This is obviously the main villain of the game. I'm so excited to beat him and have this game over once and for all. The boss.
Clearly the final boss.
Exor. That's weird. I thought the guy's name was Smithy. That must just be a typo. Obviously, it's Exor. Exor.
Yep.
The giant sword. With this guy, you have to use multiple attacks. Bowser had this one attack called Bowser Crusher. It was like a big Mecha Koopa jumped across the screen. That was a pretty powerful one. I'd have Mallow use his Star Egg, and Mario would use the Lazy Shell. I think you have to kill the eyes. Is that right?
Yeah. And you attack like the left eye or
Oh,
something?
really? See, I thought... Oh, that would make sense. So he has two... yeah, if you kill the left eye, it says you can hurt Exor. But I kept attacking the right eye after that, thinking both... damn it. Anyways, left eye's down, Exor takes damage. He's dead. The game's over. We don't have to talk about it anymore. Mick went to bed.
Game over.
Exor's big mouth opens, and he sucks you into the bridge between worlds. So, that was fun. But there's a trampoline. You can go back and you can kind of go around the rest of the world map. I would recommend, if you're playing through this and kind of listening to us, go and make sure all your items are fulfilled, or like there's any little side quests you want to do, because you're probably not going to make it back.
Yeah.
Kind of the point of no return.
Basically.
All right. Well, let's buckle up, put our big boy pants on, and keep on keeping on. There are some ghost enemies in this area that have a move called Scythe. It's a one-hit kill. The first battle I got into, I had 3 scythes in a row. Welcome to the game over.
Brutal.
Luckily, there was a save block literally in the next room, so it just basically bounced back, and I was like, stupid, god damn it. There's some pretty fun areas. There's actually one area in this room where there's a bunch of little conveyor belts, and there's arrows raining down from the ceiling, and they keep hitting you in the head and like freezing you. So apparently, if you get hit in the head with an arrow, you just get like stopped for a second. So.
And there's also the little these little like nuts that you jump on, and they turn, and that moves them along the way.
The jumpy puzzles that I was not looking forward to. I thought we were going to talk about meat platformy stuff anymore.
Sorry.
That's all right. I need to relive my trauma, I guess. Yeah. So that's kind of like they have that in Mario, one of the Mario, like the platformy games where they have the little screws and you jump on them and it kind of spins them along.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, we should put that in this game because everyone loved those parts of the airships in Mario 3.
Yeah, clearly the best part.
No, that's bad. Bad game. From here, I did level up my whole team to level 25. I heard a strategy that's kind of like the minimum level you want to be at. You do fight, there's a bunch of like metallic versions of all the enemies you've already fought that are a little bit weaker. One of them is Mac the Pogo Stick for the beginning of the game. I had a little sequence where I'd beat him in like 2 attacks and he would give me 50 experience or 30 experience. So I was able to bump my team up to 50. So I did a little bit of grinding right here.
Nice.
Then keep working throughout this area and we get more bosses. We get to fight Ding-a-ling, the clock. Dear goodness, this game. Ding-a-ling. I focused all my attacks on his face until I realized that his 2 bells on top of him, they do tons of damage.
Yeah.
Were you smart and took out the bells first?
Yeah, I was reading the walkthrough.
Stupid game. I mean, it wasn't too bad, but still. Bells go down, then he does no damage, and you kill him. Hooray!
Yes.
I believe it's the next screen or like a couple screens over. You get to this room where there's a big Yardovich is jumping. A metallic Yardovich is jumping on a box. I killed all the enemies. I was like, I'm just going to avoid that guy because super easy to avoid. Got to the next room, dead end. You have to obviously fight Yardovich. Not super easy, not super hard, right?
No.
And then we fall down into a hole and we fight Cloaker and Domino. What is Cloaker and Domino supposed to be?
I'm not entirely sure. They are something out of your horrors.
They're just weird. I don't even know if I could draw them. I just played the game yesterday. I don't know if I could tell you. Basically one attacks, one does magic.
Yeah.
Domino killed Domino first since he's the mage, and then Cloaker runs off and he jumps on a giant snake called Earthlink.
Weird.
I guess, yeah. Fight them both, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Just so unamused. But he falls down. We end up kind of falling into another pit. There's a bunch of Yardoviches bouncing along here. If you need to grind up to 30, the guide I looked at quickly said this is a good place to do it. Makes sense?
Yep.
And we go into the last area, the factory. Guess what? Boss time!
Yes.
We fight the clerk. Then we fight the manager. Then we fight the director. Then we fight... Oh, actually, after the director, a toad shows up, and he's like, I'm here to help you guys. I brought stuff. Hooray.
Yeah.
So I would load up, and because I wasn't using Peach, I was very pick-me-up dependent. One of my strategies, actually, in this game was I would let one of my guys die, so if they got down to, 40 health, HP Rain didn't heal them enough. Max Mushrooms, I figured, were too valuable, so I would just let them die and use pick-me-ups on them. Which works well until I only have 4 pick-me-ups, and Mario and Bowser both die twice, and then they die for a third time, and I'm fighting the manager, and I'm like, oh no, what am I going to do? So then I'm fighting the director, and I'm freaking out, trying to continue heal them, and wasting my max mushrooms. But load up, maybe buy some more pick-me-ups, Mick, from the Toad. Go fight the factory director and Gunyolk. At least these were different. So we just kind of breezed through clerk, manager, director because they're the exact same guy.
Yeah. Just basically reskin different colors.
Yeah, they're so silly. I don't know. I don't understand what they were going for. This is annoying. Really.
Yeah. Unnecessary.
This, like I said, factory director and Gunyolk were at least a little bit different. Factory director was like a little ninja. Gunyolk was this big smelting thing that would shoot a laser beam at you. I would say I would heal up, buy some items, save, because the next switch we hit on takes us to the final boss, the main man himself, the big bad, Smithy. We did it.
Who?
Smithy.
Yeah.
He's like this weird king with a hammer.
Which I don't really understand. Where does he come from?
Santa Claus looking guy, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. King Santa with hammer?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't write that down. Maybe this is kind of a commentary on how over obsessed we are, how commercialized Christmas is, and how it's almost like a factory and it just pumps everything out and it's trying to invade our world and take away the innocence that we once had. Are you buying it?
Grasping at straws.
Yeah, I know. I think they just went for weird archetypal kind of king and I don't know, anvil. So, but I mean, this guy can't be too tough. There is a big weird smelting head that he'll the smelting kind of, I don't know what it is. It's almost kind of like a circle, kind of has a little nipple, spits out some gunk. He makes a little enemy and you fight. Not too hard. I kind of went all out, threw a lot of my magic I had at him, my star egg, kept beating him down. He starts to kind of freak out. It starts hitting the foundation, and then there's a little cutscene where these little items come out, and they say, hey, calm down, Smithy, your blood pressure. We just built this place yesterday. Don't want the foundation to break. And I'm like, oh, I get it. The floor is going to break. And he's like, oh, no, curse you, Mario. So the floor does break, but we both fall down, and where do we go?
It's a kind of pumpkin head hell. It's the most fucked up place.
Oh, right? I saw that, and I was like, that's terrifying. Oh, and then Smithy became that person, and I was like, oh, huh.
Yeah, I don't understand where we are right now.
Okay, so do you have a grasp of what was going on in this final battle? Can you explain that to me? Or are we both just lost?
I think we're both just lost.
Okay.
I really feel like they were just throwing, they just had no idea how to wrap this
Yep.
up. So they were just well, we were still developing this last level. Do you want to just kind of tweak it a little bit? And then they just added phase after phase after phase. It's weird.
Yeah, I agree. So he's got 4 heads, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just kind of tell you what my opinions were. I should have looked this up, I guess. The tank head was his attack, right?
Physical attack.
Yeah, so if he hit Mallow, who was wearing the magic shell armor, he did 32 hit points. That's a lot. Everything else at this point is hitting him for 1 damage, so I was like, oh shit. There was a ghost head, and he was the magician,
Yeah, he did the magic.
and magic attacks didn't work that well on him.
Yeah.
Okay. There was an Iron Maiden head, and I think that was just like defense.
Yeah, very high defense for sure.
Oh my god, I get it. Oh.
What?
Oh wow. Okay, and then the box head was the item, right?
Yes, the treasure box.
Okay. So he's got 4 heads: attack, magic, defense, and item. What are the 4 items or the 4 buttons we've been using this whole game?
Yeah, that's pretty smart.
Oh my goodness, that is genius. Wow, Square, you were, oh god. Oh, that's so cool.
That is actually really well
Right? You didn't get that till just now, did you?
done. No, I didn't.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh. We just had a nerd moment.
Yes.
That's great. Okay, that's really neat. Okay, so yes, he's got four different types and attack. Oh, that makes so much sense. The Iron Maiden didn't make sense to me, and I wrote it down because I was like, we're going to talk about this and see if we can figure it out. Did we just analyze?
I think we just analyzed.
You know what?
And just
Podcast high five. Very first analyze we've ever done in this entire show.
nice.
Ah, fun.
done.
So what I think happened was each head has a certain hit points. You attack it randomly. He kind of transforms between the four heads. Once they're out of hit points, they stop using that head, and then once they're all out of hit points, he dies. Is that what happens?
I think so.
Okay. Now, I almost ran out of items during this boss fight. Like, I was so freaking close. So I had no pick-me-ups. I got lucky. I got a couple of freebies on pick-me-ups. I was using my Chericola Colas to kind of mass heal my team. I was using my all energy or something where kind of everyone's statuses get healed. It was close. Like, I did not have much left. I think I had 2 royal syrups, my star, whatever it's called, star egg, and like a Yoshi summon. That was it.
Wow.
Yeah, and like was almost out of magic, and I'm sitting there just trying to hit him with everything I got, and I was like, I'm gonna have to redo this freaking fight. Like, I don't want to redo this fight. I don't want it. And then he all of a sudden he was like, no. It was a good moment.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe we figured that out with his heads. Oh, like, good job, us.
Well done.
Yeah. Oh, this is great. Ah.
Yeah.
And that was it at the end. How was your kind of experience with that boss?
With some rock candies and just like Gino and Princess Peach, I didn't really have a big problem with like healing, because Peach is obviously my healer, and then just using items every now and then to if she ever went down.
Did she have the magic shell armor on?
I feel like that would have been the smart thing to do, so I probably did it.
Okay, because she probably wasn't taking a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Very good. I actually put the game down because I was like, oh, good. I like went to the bathroom, and then I pulled up my computer and started writing notes and stuff. And then I looked over, and there was a parade going on the screen. And I was like, oh yeah, I should have watched the ending of this game. So I pulled up a YouTube video and watched it. We get a little cutscene where Gino says, thanks, guys. A little star comes out. He flies away. And then it kind of shows the stars up in the sky again, the Star Road.
Yeah.
A star kind of will blink. It shows you a cutscene. So Mallow returns as the prince.
Yeah.
Bowser and his troops fix his castle. The shark pirate looks at the ocean.
I think so.
Croco hangs out with the Yoshis and feeds them. Again, we're getting a lot of important wrap-up on a lot of important characters.
Very true.
Some toads practice singing at the tadpole pond.
Yep.
Oh, I think there was a mini game about like you could go there and there was like a little song portion. There was like a composer, so maybe that's what was going on. Booster and Valentina get married in Marrymore because we really
Yes, they
needed
do.
closure to the rapist and the jiggly boob girl.
Yep.
And Mario and Peach, thank you. Then there's a parade.
Yeah. And Yoshi's standing there, even though he's in it for like all of 3 seconds.
Oh yeah, like what the heck's that about? Like you didn't want to come hang out with me, Yoshi.
What a dick.
The best. So I was thinking about like future games as I was playing this, and I was like thinking of the Yoshis, and I was like, one of the best side characters in a Mario RPG is from Mario: A Thousand Year Door, where you get Yoster. He's like this little egg that hatches that comes and battles with you. He's really adorable.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited for us to get to that game. That might be 3 years from now. 2 years from
Holy
now.
fuck.
2 years. Oh, we could play it before then. I think RPGs shouldn't work. Like we should do the platformers. So we should probably do Mario. Like maybe we'll do a Mario Kart episode, or like a Mario Party or something next year. Same with like Mario 64.
Or could always save that for like the New Year's and do it kind of as like a big group thing.
Well, I'm just thinking next year for Mario Month.
Yeah,
Right?
True.
And then I'm thinking we could probably do like the RPGs on their own, because we can get into the handhelds, and there's so many Mario and Luigi's that we'll have like a lot of stuff to work through. So,
Nice.
and everyone loves when we talk producer notes on the show. So let's carry on with the game. Sorry, I just needed like a breath of fresh air. You know, I was frustrated talking about this game. We had this huge. We figured out what his heads meant.
Yeah.
Good job, us.
We're basically pros at
Ugh,
this.
so good. I did write, so kind of like we talked about in our Final Fantasy, I just kind of used the same template there. What were your least favorite enemy combos?
Bees.
Not the bees!
Oh, no, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah! Oh, my eyes! Eyes! Ah!
Anything that fucking insta-killed you.
Did you read my list? Because that's amazing. I have the Dry Bones, Ghosts, and Ghost House combos, Bees, and the one-hit kill Ghosts. Cool. Did you have any favorite enemy combos?
I kind of like the night guys in the factory. They were actually like really cool. I kind of wish that they were in it more often. It was like, oh.
They did have kind of a cool design. I agree with that. I really liked
them and the sharks.
the metallic Mac, and I liked the metallic Yardovich, just because they were simple and they gave you lots of experience. So,
nice.
like from a design point of view, I don't know if I was really in love with any of the enemies, to be honest with you.
Yeah, nothing to write home about.
Items. Let's look at the item section for a bit. What were your favorite items of this game?
Probably the lazy shell.
Yeah.
That was probably the number one. I know that there's a bunch of really rare items that you can get if you do the super jump 100 times. You get something called like the super armor or something like that, and it raises all your stats by like 40.
Ugh, that's fun.
Which is ridiculous,
Yep.
right? And then they're like, if you do 100, then you also, because you get 2 items, and you also get the Mario scarf or something like that, and it raises all his stats by 15. And only he can use that, but anyone can use the super armor.
Jeez.
So you're just like, you give like the lazy armor to somebody the super armor, and Mario has his, and you're like, holy fuck, your team is stacked.
Interesting. I might go back and try some of those things.
Yeah. It's the 100 jumps, man. I have no idea how you would get there.
Yeah, that's true, because it's not like it's a timing thing, or like is it you have to hit A as Mario comes kind of back into the screen. I don't really understand exactly what the strategy is, you know.
Yeah, that it's the timing of the jump, and you have to get to 100. Like
yeah, but I
don't
know what the secret is. Like I'd always turn the volume, so with like the gamepad, I'd have the kind of the volume on top. And actually, this might be one of the very first games that I played with the volume on, just like very lightly, so I could tell like during the battle, there's a good music. Like you could kind of tell by the beat what's going on, and you'd know when to attack, when to defend. So that was really neat. I think one of the Earthbounds did that too.
Yeah,
you could get really cool. You could get criticals if you hit the A button in tune with the song. So if you're listening along, like jamming out, hit an A, you get more criticals, and you could like one hit kill a lot of the enemies. It's kind of neat.
Pretty rad.
I really liked the experience boost. I kind of wanted to get a bunch more frog coins and try and get the item that cut all your magic or the FP points by half.
Yeah.
Because like imagine that with Geno.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah. Obviously the lazy shell and lazy shell armor. I did wish there was something like a ribbon in this game, something that would just like stop all status effects, you know?
Yeah.
Like even if they were selling something like that, like a super powered item for 99 coins, I'd be okay with buying it and then going and farming more.
Did you ever buy any of the like ice bomb or fire bomb?
No, I didn't.
Those are really handy because like they would do like just area effect damage of like 300 or something like that sometimes.
I found that someone gave me a bunch of rock candies at some point. Who the hell was that? And those were given like 200.
Yeah, those are really good.
Huh. I did have something called like a power-up juice or something. So before I started fighting Smithy, I used that so all my attacks were up. I probably should have saved it for the second round, but I think it was 1.5 times damage. So even my star egg was doing 150 rather than just 100. So
nice.
Yeah, that was good. That's kind of all I have to say for the game. Kind of a nice little bow. Report card time. Ready for this?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you know what? We'll talk about that afterwards. Just keep going on these side tangents. Like, oh, by the way, this other show that we listened to, we did this. I was re-listening to Zelda 2 the other day. No, A Link to the Past. We screwed up.
What did we do?
Remember we had the battle royale between Link 2 and...
We didn't even go there. We didn't compare them.
We forgot. We forgot one of the stats. We're like, oh, and Link 2 wins 3 or 2 to 1 or something. But we gave them a draw, so it actually should have been 2-2 and 1, so they were tied.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I was recounting in my head, and all of a sudden we're like, oh, 3-2 for this guy, and I was like, no. Link 2 tied. We tied one of the categories, so we might have to do a recount at some point.
Absolutely, revisit.
Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking maybe we have we played the Game Boy game yet? Oh yeah, we talked about the Game Boy on Kirby. Maybe we play like a Link's Awakening or something.
That could work. And
then we kind of recap and talk about our errors. So yeah. I'm always glad we don't have fans, because you know how much we get criticized and ripped apart. Oh man, we better have thick skin.
Internet's pretty ruthless too.
Yeah, it's a fun place. It's a fun place to live. That's why I live here. All right, report card time. Let's finish up this game, and then we can talk producer's notes. Story. I gave this game an A. It added depth to the Mario universe, and it was easy to follow and a lot of fun. Make sense?
I would give it an A-, just because it didn't really wrap up all that great.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But the dialogue was fucking amazing and hilarious, so I give it an A-.
I agree. Game length, I gave about a B. It took probably, 12 to 14 plus hours for myself to beat this game. I think that's very fair, although the second half is way longer, and there's this weird shift in difficulty at a certain point, so I don't understand why that exists.
Yeah, neither do I. And I understand that that's kind of like an RPG thing where the second half gets harder, but it felt kind of out of the blue and out of left field.
Mm-hmm. The music in this game, I gave an A. Some of these are the most classic themes in gaming. I love these songs so much. The Geno's Forest, or not the what is it? The Forest level. The it's just so perfect. I'm like, it's so good. Even the battle music in this game just kind of makes you want to dance the whole time. It's awesome.
Absolutely, it's really good.
And like I said, the music even goes in time with the battles and stuff. So listening to that actually helps you throughout. It's just so well done. Thank you so much, music composer.
And I didn't find myself getting irritated with songs all that often. It was you could listen to it because most of it's just loop.
Yep.
I didn't get irritated or get any headaches or anything like that, so that's always a bonus.
Absolutely. A price of a physical copy of this game, so about $70 to $90 in my opinion is a bit much.
Oof.
I would give it a C-. I wouldn't spend the coin on this game.
Yeah, neither would I.
Digital copy emulator is probably the way to go. It's way overinflated. I get that it came out towards the end of the life cycle. Not as many people had this title, but still, it's too expensive.
Yeah, that's a pretty brutal price. But I mean, if you're a collector of Square Enix games, or you have to have every Mario game, I say get it. But other than that, I would just say just grab a digital copy and have it kicking around so you can play it when you would feel like playing it next on a home console like a Wii or Wii U.
Yeah. What did you give the music? Just as a report card.
Well, I agreed with your B for game length, and I agree with the A for music.
And the C-?
For a physical copy, I'll give it a C.
Okay. Price of a digital copy, about $8 to $13. Worth every penny. I gave that a B+, because Nintendo never puts anything on sale. PSN, I don't know about the Xbox Live, they always have sales. I just got a copy of Dead Island for $10. It's
Yeah.
regularly priced 20. You know what? I wouldn't have bought it at 20, but for 10, I'd be like, all right. So if they said, hey, it's Mario RPG month, you can buy Mario RPG and Paper Mario for 30% off, I'd be more inclined to buy it, but they never put anything on sale. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. I would almost give them a C because like Steam, fucking Ubisoft, even Electronic Arts is a online store for Origin on the PC. Even has sales, so yeah, I give them a C.
All right.
That's pretty crap.
Yeah, no, it's silly. Final thoughts on this title. I can't gush anymore about this game. Please, everyone, do yourself a favor and play this title. It's so much fun. Honestly, we can't do it justice.
Very true. Like honestly, you have to get out there and like play it. It's good.
Yep.
And considering it's available on the Wii and Wii U, just do it. Pick it up, and play it every now and then. It's easy controls and it's entertaining little cute game. So
Cool.
pick it up.
Finally, as we wrap up this great game, an Are You Buying It? Gino is Twink. Not a twink, like a skinny, sexy boy that gay men like. Twink, the character from Paper Mario. At the end of the game, this little star comes out of Gino. He's just a little tiny guy. Since we never see or hear of this star again, nor do we see or hear from Gino again, can we assume that the little hero in Paper Mario is one and the same?
Oh, that's interesting. I like to consider that Mario RPG or Paper Mario is kind of a sequel to this. It kind of seems to have the same feel. Like it goes Mario's house, Peach's castle, and then right next to that's fucking Bowser's castle.
Yep.
So I feel like they're in the same universe. It's interesting that you bring it up. I wanna agree.
I like to too, just because Gino is a great character. Why don't we see it? Like I understand that's kind of a tired meme at this point. But like, why isn't there Gino? Gino, I'm like, I get it. Gino's kind of fun. Why doesn't he appear again? You know. So,
And I mean, he's a unique character. So,
but really, Gino's just a doll. Could that little star guy be Twink? Maybe. I don't know. I like to think that it's cool. All right.
absolutely.
So with that, did we miss anything?
I'm sure we probably missed a lot, but
Oh yeah, the internet. We didn't talk all the special items. We didn't complete the game.
yeah,
Stupid.
we missed so much. Anyways,
All right. So we'll say goodbye. So long. Helvita saying goodbye. And we'll end with our closing. Thank you for listening. The Podtendo podcast was produced by Mick Rutschman. You can contact Podtendo on Twitter at Podtendo Podcast, email us at podtendo@gmail.com, or check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/podtendo. The music of Podtendo was used without permission and is property of Nintendo.